Hello friends, I'm and today we're diving in the fantastic world of Linux. And today I'm gonna talk about the current state of Linux and my experience for the past 5 years and my opinion about why I still don't use Linux for my day-to-day driver and video editing. And as you can see, it is Windows with a nice wallpaper. Link is in the description, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the thing I'm gonna talk about in this video. And the reason why I still don't use Linux as my primary operating system. So let's get started, shall we? So talking about my journey then, I started using Linux 5 years ago and my first operating system was Linux Mint. I actually accidentally faced with Linux. I was trying to install Chrome OS, the proper one which comes with Android, and I kind of messed up, which indeed I needed Linux in order to properly clean up and fix my hard drive. And that was the first time I saw that Linux Mint was so smooth, so responsive, so amazing, and so lightweight on my 10-year-old PC. At that point, it was like 6-year-old. But still, it was a pretty low-end PC and Linux Mint handled it pretty well. So I thought, let's give it a try. And then I started my Linux journey. Now, I created videos about Linux 3 years ago. Before that, I was just trying on YouTube, gaming and all other stuff. But then I thought, let's give Linux a try. I was literally passionate about Linux. I'm still now. And here we are after 3 years. I know the growth is a little too slow, but I'm satisfied with it. This is my last year of schooling. I'm in class 12th, and the next year in February, I have to give my board examinations. And after that, my schooling's complete and I'll be in college, and then I'll properly create videos. So yeah, and you see, I'm literally just in a big confusion. Like, you guys are so complex. Let me tell you why I think that. First, I created videos with really amazing scripts. I literally wrote all those scripts and they were pretty nice. And I tried visual representation and all that. But later I thought that I didn't have proper time in order to create scripted videos, so I used AI to create my scripts. And then I just read the scripts, added some footages, and there we go, a new video. And you guys pretty much liked it. Look at the history of the channel. And then I thought, like, it's enough. Now I have my own laptop, so why not just create genuine content, my genuine feelings about the distributions? Then I started that, and along with it, I tried a few customizations which were pretty nice, I'll say. But then a few days ago, accidentally, I uploaded a hell lot of videos in a single day. All those videos were scheduled for daily uploads, but I don't know what happened. All of them uploaded at once, which made all of you confused. Like, I know what it's like to get a lot of options. There's a condition when you have a lot of options and you're unable to choose. And on the other hand, if you have just one option to choose from and that's pretty much it, you're literally satisfied with it because you know there's no other option. While in terms of many options given to you, you'll get pretty confused. And that's pretty much what happened. I lost a lot of views there. But yeah, that was a nice lesson for me that I must not upload a lot of videos on a single day. And that raised another question, like, I've been going on for daily uploads, but isn't it time to just start creating quality content with some nice story with it? Isn't it? Because I've seen there are a lot of amazing creators who are literally sharing their tech reviews with a nice story. And that's what I want. It's same just in the lyrics world. But it is pretty hard. So I wanted your opinion. Like, I want your genuine opinion. What would you prefer? Daily uploads of my genuine content, but not with a nice story and quality, where else you can have one video or two videos a week with a nice storytelling, quality and all that. Let me know in the comments what do you think about it. Now coming back to my Linux experience. You see, the start was pretty amazing. I used Linux Mint for almost everything, my streaming, my gaming, all of that. Then the time when I started creating videos on it, I faced a huge problem. Even though I didn't have a discrete GPU, an external or dedicated GPU, I was still using my Intel HD 5500. And in Windows, Wondershare Filmora did a great job. But on Linux, I used Kdenlive, then Lightworks, and both of them were unable to use or utilize hardware acceleration, due to which videos were taking so long to render and even edit. And that was the first time I left Linux. I wanted to create videos about it, but I just couldn't. I was so frustrated with it. And then I came across an application, the DaVinci Resolve, the studio level, Hollywood level, amazing video editing software, which is literally used in the highest standards of video editing. But you see, there's just one problem in it, especially on Linux. The codec support. I cannot use my MP4 or MKV files on Linux in DaVinci Resolve. I need to purchase the studio version for that. And it's pretty expensive, like really $300, almost like in India, it's like an average salary of a freshman. And that is when I left Linux for good for a while. And that's the time I didn't create videos. But you see, Linux has some sort of aura. Like, I was obsessed with Linux. Linux is so smooth, and especially the GNOME desktop with touchpad gestures and a nice, like really the animations, the design, the fluency, the workflow is so amazing on Linux. And that's why I kept distro hopping, searching for a nice distribution in which I'd be okay. But the real problem was pretty simple. Applications were not properly optimized or even ported or created for Linux operating systems. And that's the harsh truth. If you have to do video editing, then you must have the studio version of DaVinci Resolve, or I don't know, like a really powerful CPU, because rendering videos with CPU is really a hassle. It takes a lot of time. Whereas on Windows, even your integrated GPU can really render videos fast, a lot faster than that. And that was my experience with it. But if you were to ask me today why I still create videos about Linux, even though I didn't like it and my workflow was literally destroyed on Linux, the reason's pretty simple. Linux is not all about your work and lifestyle. It's like an obsession which you get into. Like, even on this powerful machine which you're seeing right now, let me show you the specs of it. This is Task Manager here, and let me go to the Performance tab. You see, I have an AMD Ryzen 7 5800HS which is literally a beast. And then I have 16 gigs of RAM. And then additional to it, I have an RTX 3050 laptop GPU with 4 gigs of dedicated GPU memory. That is something pretty amazing. But even on this, I'm facing a lot of issues with Windows, and I'm kind of alright with it because my favorite applications, DaVinci is always here, and I have installed a program with which I don't have, it's like a shortcut in video editing. I just use this command, and all the silent parts of my videos are like really instantly removed in DaVinci Resolve, and I could pretty much edit everything. And that's the best part about editing on Linux. Not Linux, on Windows. My mouth slipped. But you see, there's still one reason I really use Linux for. You see, Windows has taught me about patience. I've literally learned a lot about having patience in every moment of our life with Windows. But Linux has taught me the most important skill of my life, and that is problem solving. With every issue, every glitch, every bug, I've learned how the system works, how the components of my hardwares are working, what sort of codecs I need in order to run this properly, the application properly. Now I've learned a lot, and that skill is only because I used Linux. I could never have learned that in Windows. And it's not just about problem solving. If you don't have to do video editing and just take programmers, for example, Linux is the best operating system for them. They have all the tools they need and the most amazing workflow. If you're a developer or coder or someone who likes functionality, KDE Plasma Desktop is the one for you. Or if you're just like me who wants a nice, beautiful desktop, although KDE is also beautiful and it has the most functionality, hence you can customize the desktop to the very limits of everything. While in GNOME, you have simplicity, fluency, animations, and a nice overall design, which I prefer myself. And I just wish if DaVinci would literally, well, the electricity is gone, so it's beeping. Well, you see, if I had a nice video editor with GPU support on it and powerful tools like this command I can run on anything. Like I just replace Resolve with Premiere Pro, Final Cut, and it will optimize for that particular application. If these programs would work on Linux, it would be so amazing. Like really, I just love Linux and how it is in itself. Most like really, most of the people think that you cannot game on Linux, you cannot do video editing on Linux. But look at the bright side. Once you use Linux in your day-to-day life, besides gaming and video editing, then Linux is the best application for you. And that is the truth. Now, talking about the current state of Linux, then honestly, I thought that Linux was declining, and I was thinking to just, add some other sort of videos like you've recently seen. I've created videos about AI here and there, and then some hardware stuff. But the reality is, the Linux desktop market is growing rapidly, and Ubuntu is proving it. Every distributions company or parent company is proving it. Linux is on the rise. People are finally realizing that if they don't have to do video editing or gaming, then Linux is the best operating system for them. And it's actually pretty easier than Windows in a lot of ways. Unless you're someone like us.